This is just classic Bethesda. This is not surprising at this point, but a fun little story to talk about. So many of you probably know that Doom Eternal released on March 20th, 2020, alongside Animal Crossing. And Doom Eternal, it's been getting really good reception. Bethesda Softworks actually published a really damn good game. People have been loving it. The critical reception has been fantastic, as you can see here on Metacritic. It actually feels like Bethesda didn't interfere with this game, let its software do their thing, and the results are truly wonderful. Well, Bethesda did botch one thing, though, and it is the anti-piracy measures of Doom Eternal. Many of you probably know about the infamous de novo DRM, which many developers have used in an attempt to mitigate and suppress piracy. But a lot of people have complained about the DRM aspects and the fact that de novo has been proven to slow down performance. Now, with Doom Eternal, the plan was to implement de novo into its executable and into the game so that hackers and pirates would have a harder time cracking it. But what Bethesda did accidentally was ship a version of the executable, of Doom Eternal's executable, that does not have DRM, and it was included within the game's file. So the following information was relayed by the following Reset Era user who posted proof of this, a screenshot showing this. Now, this has been patched since, but at this point it's too late. People know about it. So you can see a read right here. If you have the Bethesda launcher version, you will notice that the executable is 370 megabytes. It has de novo. So he's talking about this right here. But then if you go to this folder right here called original, you will find another version of the executable that's only 68 megabytes. And if you take that and copy it into the root folder of Doom Eternal and replace the executable and you run this, then what you get is a de novo free version of Doom Eternal. Now, I believe this is only found in the Bethesda launcher version. The Steam version doesn't seem to have this issue. Of course, it's the Bethesda launcher version that would have this. But yeah, for those who do not like de novo, do not like DRM, and do not like the potential of the game's performance potentially being affected by this, Bethesda's got the solution for you. They kind of shot themselves in the foot with this one. And then here is a Reddit user who also relayed this in the Crackwatch subreddit that talks about games that have been cracked, and the headline just reads, guys, I think I cracked Doom Eternal. So the short version is Bethesda included a DRM-free executable in the Bethesda Net version. For all we know, they could be trolling us, and the game is unbeatable with that executable. And then right here, the long version has directions on how to take advantage of the de novo free executable that Bethesda seems to have accidentally included. Now, it does say right here that you do have to create a Bethesda account when it prompts you to do that, so you do have to sign in once, but after that, you'll be good. And it recommends here that you use a different Bethesda account in case Bethesda might look at you using the de novo free version and, you know, maybe suspend you or ban you temporarily or permanently, whatever it is. You know, just the precaution. Generally speaking, yeah, it's pretty simple to get the de novo free version up and running. Just copy the file in this folder over to here, replace it, and you're good. PC Gamer did confirm in this article that Bethesda has since updated the Bethesda Net version of the game to remove the DRM-free executable, but it's too late. The unprotected EXE has already made its way into the piracy circuit, and then it's highlighted that it's not just pirates who are interested in a DRM-free version. People who have purchased the game want the de novo part of it removed because they fear that the code could slow down the performance of the games they already paid for. So people who already spent money on the game might seek this out, and that's no harm done. You know, those people already gave Bethesda money, but Bethesda certainly did make pirates' lives a whole lot easier by having them not do any work, because Bethesda just did all the work for them. And there's really not much point in patching the game after the fact to remove the DRM-free executable, given that the file's already out there. It's already disseminated across the internet. It's already too late. You know, once the game's cracked, there's no going back. and Bethesda did the job for the pirates. And according to this report by Ars Technica, pirates and crackers have already figured out a way to bypass having to log into your Bethesda account the first time you run the game to access Doom Eternal. So what we're left with is that within hours of Doom Eternal's release, there's a version out there that does not require any online access whatsoever, which is against Bethesda's own desires. And what's even funnier about this whole situation is that this isn't the first time this has happened. Here's an article from news outlet Kit Guru citing how Bethesda managed to make Rage 2's de novo DRM pointless. This happened with another Bethesda title, Rage 2. It reads right here, the Steam version of Rage 2 does ship with de novo DRM baked in, but over on Bethesda.net, the day one version of the game shipped without it and instead relied on the Bethesda store's online check-in. This gave crackers a clean .exe file to work with, simply leaving the need to bypass Bethesda's online check-in to get the game running. Bypassing online store check-in has been an easy task for years now, which is exactly why so many publishers switched over to de novo in the first place. And funny enough, outside of Bethesda, something like this happened to none other than BioWare with Mass Effect Andromeda. Here's another article from Kit Guru reporting on this. The headline reads, BioWare quietly fixes slip-up that led to early Mass Effect Andromeda crack. It reads right here, it seems that in Mass Effect's case, the fault lies with BioWare, who forgot to update their version of the anti-tamper software before releasing the game, an issue that has been quietly fixed in the latest patch. It turns out that Mass Effect Andromeda may have actually shipped with an older version of de novo in place. As a result, the game was cracked in a short space of time, just like Resident Evil 7 earlier this year. Andromeda's 1.05 patch quietly updated de novo's anti-tamper tech, while also fixing a few other problems with the game. So in the case of Andromeda, it actually did ship with de novo, just an older version that crackers had already dealt with, and so they could easily unlock that DRM and get rid of it pretty easily for Andromeda. But with Bethesda, they either didn't ship the game with de novo in it, or they did ship the game with de novo alongside an executable that can replace the one with DRM that is DRM free, that makes the whole endeavor pointless anyway. So now it should be noted that despite this mishap on Bethesda's part, Doom Eternal is performing really well. Daniel Ahmad reported right here, Doom Eternal has passed 100,000 peak concurrent players on Steam after releasing today. Twitch viewers over 125,000. This is already more than 2 times higher than Doom 2016's peak of 44,000 in May 2016. Incredibly successful launch, especially given it was up against Animal Crossing 2. And keep in mind, this is just Steam statistics. We don't know how many copies the game sold physically or digitally on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and the like. I surmise that this game's going to sell a couple millions. There's just so much good hype surrounding it, and the reception has been so good. And I'm glad to see a game that really deserves its success garner that level of success. And Bethesda Softworks did publish a good game this time, and more importantly, its software created a really masterful, visceral first-person shooter that people are absolutely in love with. And to me, this all kind of goes to show that, you know, DRM or no DRM, pirates will pirate the game, and then the people who want to support the game and who have every intention of buying the game will buy the game. Certain publishers and developers are so intent on tackling piracy that, you know, they'd force people to stay online to play single-player games or implement DRM in a way that might affect performance in a tangible manner, as we've seen time and again. But at the end of the day, I think if you put a good game out there that people are excited for, the people who are always going to buy it will buy it, and the people who are always going to resort to piracy, well, they're a patient bunch. They'll wait as long as it's needed until the game is cracked, which is frankly inevitable in this day and age. I don't know, to me it just seems like a whole lot of wasted effort, and for Bethesda in particular, well, I mean, they practically released the cracked version of the game with the Bethesda launcher version, so this whole de novo endeavor was ultimately pointless. But still, you're seeing strong performance on Steam, and we're likely going to hear about strong sales across the board for this game. So, you know, it is what it is. It won't kill the game, but it's just crazy that something like this can happen again for a high-profile AAA release. And this is Bethesda. This isn't some indie developer. This is one of the biggest game developers and publishers in the world. But with all that said, congratulations to id Software on the creation of a wonderful new game, an excellent sequel to a solid foundation established by Doom 2016. Congrats on all the critical and commercial success. I'm already looking forward to what they'll make next, and hopefully Bethesda will continue to give them creative freedom with no corporate monetization mandates and the like, nothing that will ruin what they already have going here, which is something special. Anyway, there you have it, folks. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on Bethesda shipping the DRM-free executable accidentally within the Bethesda.net versions of files for Doom Eternal. Drop a comment below, and to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.